And this is unique. This is the only one of its kind.
Yep.
You are in proto development right now with Capita.
I'm in proto mode.
Yeah, and designing. And that's what I want to talk about today, because we were upstairs a couple weeks ago hanging out, and the two of us got into a heavy discussion on just the geometry of how a nose enters the snowboard and what that does to, you know, how it's affecting the side cut radii and how it's affecting your first, whichever toe side, heel side turn, whatever it is, the stability there, all of this plays into it. It doesn't just, you know, I always like a really long straight side cut at the front because it grabs, but your nose geometry is so important. And we really got into that, and let's, you know, that's kind of where I want to start talking about this board. We'll kind of go front to back and then get into the guts of it. But are you shaping, is everything your brainchild? You're shaping this nose, you're shaping that geometry, you're working with Blue and the crew on that?
Yeah, it's a huge learning experience for me because I've never been able to go this deep and to go sort of from scratch on something. I mean, we're never starting from scratch. It's always based off of something because we're not inventing the snowboard here. We're just making a new one.
So which board were you riding prior to this in the Capita lineup?
So I'd like to say this is the starting point for this was a mix between when I used to ride for DC, I was on a board called Space Echo.
Yeah, I remember that board.
And the Super DOA from Capita, and a little bit of Arthur flavor from this Aeronaut.
Yep.
Where I just started playing. That's more where the taper comes from, I'd say.
How much taper are we in this board?
Very minimal. It's a 4 millimeter taper.
Cool.
Because I like to ride switch still, and I needed to function that way, so I didn't want to have too much. But talking about the entries here, like these curves here, and when this 45-degree angle starts, that's something I've been playing with too, because I like to be, I enjoy riding the mountain sort of perpendicular too. I tend to choose a lot of lines that go across and connecting features that, you know, aren't just fall line all the time. So I need to have the board feel a certain way when I'm on edge, and sort of like a snowmobiler would call it side hilling, you know? And also, like, you see the steepness of this kick right now is something I'm working on too. This is a work in progress. This is gonna come down a little bit. Because at the moment it's not cutting enough for me, which is something I didn't even know I preferred until I started working with this. As far as the width right now, we're at a 256 millimeter waist.
And what's your foot size?
I'm a size 9.
Size 9, so your average foot size, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good platform. And now with your insert pattern, have you set this board back?
Yeah, it's got about a 2.5 inch setback, I think.
Okay.
Maybe 2 inch, I don't remember specifically.
And we get asked quite often when they decide, and Arthur and I went through this too, when they decide a reference, are you deciding that reference, or is that based off how you ride this board, or is that reference based off dead center in the insert pack?
That was referenced off of me riding a twin forever.
Cool.
And riding and trying to turn the Super DOA into a backcountry board.
Which you kind of did. I mean, you rode it at the first Jackson, didn't you?
In Alaska.
Yeah, oh, that's right, yeah.
Like all the way through that season where I was on.
So when you were against Trav at Alaska, you were on a Super DOA. That was so hard to watch because you guys lost the light. And it literally was like whoever went first was going to win because that was the only window of light.
Yeah. So
that killed me, man.
I mean, that was the semifinals in my eyes. That was the event.
Exactly.
You know? That's what I remember. That's when I got the runs of my life, and it's just the best time ever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But so it's working with that and working with the inserts being set up as twin, and then what I did end up I got them to like at least the next round of Super DOAs they sent me the inserts 2 inches setback.
Cool.
So I didn't have to force it so much, you know,
Yeah.
twisting the discs and like all that stuff. Because this was the binding I was riding at the time too, the Atlas.
Yep.
And so that was our starting point. Like I think it was 2 inches to where the inserts were supposed to be set up on this board. We just started there,
Cool.
which might still move because I'm fine tuning it a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't. At the same time, I can't say, I don't have any sort of estimate on when this board will be ready, because I know it's not ready right now. It's getting close.
Yep. Yep.
It's getting real close, which I'm excited about. That even from the first round of protos to where we're at now with round 3, just in one season, which that is a lot. That's a huge ask of the factory.
Absolutely,
in like peak
man.
season
Yes.
production. For them to be able to, so I mean, just the way they've been able to provide this for me in a time of like peak season for them is incredible.